Hey guys, so I'm going to analyze a clip that happened in the recent summer skirmish with Tfue and Hamlin battling here. I saw this clip posted on Reddit, and the person who posted it was praising Hamlin's for using a cool technique and suggesting that this technique might be better than the more standard technique. And Hamlin's is a pro player and has great mechanics, but I feel like Hamlin's complicated things unnecessarily, and that a simpler standard technique would be even more effective and easier to execute. And the main point I want to get across in this video is that if you are browsing Reddit to look for techniques to learn and practice, you got to be careful because you can end up wasting your time practicing unnecessarily complicated techniques when a simpler one is actually superior. So I recommend you practice analyzing things for yourself, develop a fundamental understanding of building concepts so you know where to best spend your time practicing techniques. So let's start with Tifu's perspective here. I have it slowed down. That was Hamlin's, just came out. Tfue sees him building here and places a ramp over Hamlin's head right here. And let's go back to normal speed.
Where is he? Under me, under me, under me.
So right here you can see Tfue gets caught off guard. He didn't even see this ramp was above his head till he got here. And this is a pyramid that's edited into an up ramp. And
Trying to build up, just
you
shoot
can
it up.
see Hamlin's went through this ramp tunnel and placed this up ramp here to block Tfue, and then does a standard turnaround with another pyramid ramp to block in case Tfue got past the first one. It's hard to tell right away when if you block the person off or if they already passed this section. Okay, so now from Hamlin's point of view, some people in the comments of this clip were wondering if Hamlin's did this on accident, actually. And it's possible, but I think it's safer to assume that, well, you analyze the video and try to determine based on how it looks while they're playing, but also the pro player taking advantage of a mechanic um, repeatedly suggests that they were doing it intentionally. So I'm going to slow this down because he turns pretty quickly. So right here, he edits the pyramid he's standing on into an up ramp. And then right here, this is exactly where it could have been accidental. If he was trying to edit through his ceiling here, he has his pyramid out, and it will edit the pyramid every time in this scenario here. But this is exactly also when you might be trying to edit out of the ceiling that's above your head, the floor piece. And the pre-edit that he does on the pyramid is the exact same motion that he would be doing in an edit if he was trying to edit the ceiling to get out, edit the two tiles of the ceiling. But you have to assume that Hamlin's knows how this works, that having the pyramid out will cause the pyramid to be edited, and so therefore it seems like it could be intentional. But as soon as he completes the edit, he starts running forward as if he was editing out of his ceiling above his head. But the ceiling just happens to break at the same time from people shooting. So the fact that he started running that soon does give some credit to it potentially being unintended. But he takes advantage of having it pre-edited. So either he's just taking advantage of an accidental pre-edit here, and which is an amazing thing to do if you think about it, not intending to pre-edit your pyramid, but then taking advantage of it immediately, recognizing that it's pre-edited and knowing the mechanics of how he could take advantage of it. So all of this may be moot if he did it accidentally, but it's still a good opportunity to practice analyzing techniques. All right, so right here, he does a 180 and places this pyramid up ramp through the ramp that Tfue placed over his head, which blocks Tfue. And then he uses the pyramid to also in the same motion build this ramp here. And then he switches to regular ramp. And then here he goes back to pyramid to do this block. That could have been done with a regular ramp. He could have just kept his regular ramp out because there's no ramp over his head, so a regular ramp would be easy to place here. But he may not have known for sure if Tfue was about to place a ramp over his head, and if Tfue did place a ramp right over his head at this moment, then Hamlinz would have to take an extra bit of time to switch to his pyramid away from his ramp so that he could place the pyramid through the ramp over his head, because you can't place a regular ramp through a ramp that's over your head. So that could have just been a preemptive one, and also it's hard to tell if he successfully blocked Tfue with the first one, or if Tfue had just gotten past it or not. So that was just, again, more preemptive, something that is more preemptive. Okay, that's the only relevant part for this analysis in the clip. So I'm going to go into game and I'll just show you what I think is better to do in this situation and why. All right, so here's the situation that, soon after in that clip, by the way, he edits his pyramid back to normal, resets it, which is the reason you want to avoid pre-editing things if you can, because you always have to edit it back, and you can't use the piece in its normal function without editing back, and sometimes you can't do that if you're in the middle of battle. So as you can see, you can place this pyramid ramp. It can go through pretty easily, but you have to do a 180 to place it. And you could, you can't, if I switch to a regular ramp, I can't place it unless I'm up higher. That's going to place it down, unless I'm up higher. So, if he was trying to do this intentionally, why not just turn it into the pyramid into a reverse ramp? Because then he can look up and place it through without having to do a 180. So that's easier. So if you're going to do this, it seems better to just do this, because then it also makes it easy to continue to do it without having to 180, and there's more room for error when you're doing that in a ramp tunnel. Okay, so the alternative, which is more commonly done, is just simply using a non-edited pyramid. And if you get the timing down, it's pretty easy to do. And actually, it seems like it's better, because with a ramp over your head, it's really easy to just go out to the side like that. People have a lot more practice dealing with this. You can jump out. Oh, you can't do it. Oh, maybe you can. Let me see. Yeah, you can jump out this way as well. So pretty easy to. There's a lot of there's a lot of techniques that you can do. But with this pyramid, if you get stuck under it, you cannot jump out to the side without first coming down and then jumping out and going like this. And that's a decent bit harder to execute. You're more likely to hit your head or to phase through the floor. So you're more likely to have to turn around and go down and ramp in this direction, or try to shoot through. So this is a more effective trap, and it's easier to execute. And so there you go. I hope this helps you guys. Thanks for watching.